my dear Pisces. This is your love and spirituality reading for the time between February 1st and February 15, 2018 with me, Queen of Cups Tarot. So I have put the astrological information for the month of February in a video of its own that you can check out if you want to in my playlist Q&A. You can also find it at my webpage www.queenofcupstarot.se. So I used the Modern Spellcasters Tarot by Melanie Marquise and illustrated by Scott Murphy, and I will start shuffling your cards. So when I open your deck here, I see the Queen of Swords and Seven of Wands. So it might be that some of you are dealing with a Libra person, or you're trying to bring justice into your life by persevering, by being like a very strong person and have your kind of pride intact. And this is Mars in Leo, so it's a little bit of a warrior energy. You can see these people's, both their poses. It's very strong poses, so it might be that you, if you are involved with an air sign or a person with air sign personality, both of you are in this very stale position that you're not letting anyone in. No one wants to get, you don't want to get hurt, but most of all you don't want to be a fool in someone else's game. And we can see also this girl, she's looking right at us. He is looking in the distance. No one is looking on each other. And here you have the bull, and there you have a little bird. So this person probably feels very righteous, and this person is following like a spiritual path. But it might be the same person. It might be you, Pisces, that you have this overall view on the world right now, so you can see very vividly into other people's life and behavior, and also the life and behavior of yourself. And it seems like you have a very great spirit right now to overcome like anything, very self-assured and blessed in many ways. So I will just fix the cord here so I won't pull the camera back and forth, because it's charging for the moment. Okay, I called the divine with love and light, and here we have the Eight of Cups. So there's an element of avoiding pain here by running away or detaching. So I call the four archangels in the four corners of the world. And here we have the Three of Wands, and it's probably that Three of Wands is connected also to the Seven of Wands, of course. And it shows this, you have your eye set on a certain price, like you want some certain thing, you want something to be in a certain way. So you're not going to settle. Sorry, your light burned out there. I will fix it when I'm tuning in later on. So, and I call the six elements, earth, wind, fire, water, spirit, and ether, to join us here today and to give us a clear view reading for my dear Pisces viewers. So it seems like this thing that you want, it's delayed because you need to learn to cooperate also with difficult people. You need to make this as a whole, not as a singular unity. So the delays is because people are not, they are not unioning. They are keeping separate because they believe that they are right, and probably you are both right. And it's very difficult to be in a relationship with someone that reflects your shadow and that had maybe the opposite wound that you do. So you're actually not enemies. You're just trying to learn this with self-love and self-respect and self-alignment. So this is a phase, and this what you want, this other thing that you want to have maybe a greater love, a bigger connection. It's going to be delayed as for a while, because there needs to be actual connection between people. If you both are very proud and standing on your like making your own life happen and not caring about the other person, there's not going to be any union. And maybe you're hoping for someone else to come around, and well, we'll see. if that will happen. So I want my dear Pisces to have love in their lives and to find themselves in loving relationships. I also want you to have creative success and to be able to walk on your highest path towards your highest destiny. So it was already ready there. Okay, so I will fix your light. So I'll pause a little bit. So magically, the light is burning again. Okay. So I will tune in to you, Pisces, and your reading here for the beginning of February. Okay, so my dear Pisces, this is your future, and this is your now, and this is the past. So in the past we have the 5 of Cups. We also saw the 8 of Cups when we shuffled. So there's a tiredness here, a tiredness of it all, tiredness of getting disappointed and, you know, working towards something that you want and not succeeding, maybe because people are making you disappointed. They are not helping, they are not working together with you. So it's something that you sacrificed, or that was spilled out, or someone else was sacrificing this, and it was probably necessary. Okay, it was a necessary sacrifice. It needed to happen like this. So we can see that this person is also about to spill their 2 lost cups, or maybe not, we'll see. Give up totally. And here we have the now, and it's a 4 of Cups. So 5, 4 of Cups, going within, staying within. So maybe this feeling of wanting to sacrifice like everything. If you burn me, I burn you. If you you don't call, I burn the bridge to you. So it might be that you wanted to do this, you wanted to hurt the other back as much as they hurt you. But here with the 4 of Cups, you just deal with your own pain of it all, and that is kind of it's giving up the bitterness. It's making you more calm and cool and not so furiously angry anymore. We can see the cape has turned from black into light blue. So light blue is hope, dark blue is having the blues. So if someone is your blue, they are your hope. Or if the situation is your blue, it's your hope. It's your hope of a sunny, shiny day. So it seems like you sit here and you have a lot of hope that things will be better. So therefore you endure the now. That's not that nice maybe, but it's the now. So you just accept it, and it seems fine. But it's also a little bit detachment to this card, like a person being detached from a situation which actually makes them very passionate. But in this situation, you're withdrawing and you're not giving yourself up to the anticipation of wanting what you want. You kind of just, okay, this is the situation, so I just deal with that I don't have the thing that I want. So this can be also how you shunt yourself away from a person, by acting like you don't love them, even though you love them to bits and pieces, because you don't want to be in this state of anticipation and disappointment all the time. So just accepting, okay, it's spilled, so now what? I'm just staying with myself, I'm dealing with myself, I'm healing myself here. And here we have this little page of Pentacles. So it's kind of your mission. It's the reason to why you came. Your natural ability, who you are naturally, is usually the key to how to solve a certain situation. You were born to do this, so the mission will come naturally for you. So good thing. It's giving hope for the future. It's like you're tuning down this disappointment and digesting and accepting and preparing for a new beginning. So it's very healthy, but in the same time I think it's a necessity, because if you would have stayed with the longing for the fulfillment of the situation that is not actually being fulfilled, you would drive yourself crazy. So you needed to put a damp on it. And here we have the past. So in the past we have the Fool. So the Fool is also a new beginning. It's being brave. Maybe you maybe you did something that you hope would be the solution. You took a step into something that you had a lot of hope and trust into. You felt very divinely guided, and you did things. You walked kind of together with the divine, feeling that you were working together with the will of the divine, and you trusted that this situation would come to a fruition, that good things would come. You felt protected. You felt like nothing bad could happen, because you were listening to your intuition and you were doing the right thing. It might be that you have had like a wake-up call after that, and seen the reality in less like beautiful rainbow colors. It's what I'm feeling. But the Fool says that you were supposed to have this mindset. You were supposed to throw yourself into this situation with enthusiasm and optimism and hope. So that part of you, you don't have to be bitter about that part of you. You did nothing wrong. You were supposed to be this open and vulnerable and trusting. That's the ignition for every good thing to happen. If you're closed off, you will miss every opportunity. And here you were open for a beautiful outcome. Maybe just the situation need to take some twists and turns. Here we have the Chariot. So the Chariot is your plan, and your plan is usually from A to B. It's going smoothly, but God's plan or the divine plan, it's usually more like falling, maybe like this, falling to the depths, falling here to the depths, and then finding out that you can fly. So we can see also the sun here, and this in the center of this. I know this flower in Swedish, but in English, no, lotus. Maybe it's lotus, but it might be something else. It might be this water lily thingy also. It's actually the landscape flower of my the place where I'm living. So yes, and here we have the pearl in, it looks like the sun. So it's you are on your way here somewhere. You are on a journey with your soul. So maybe you're leaving the old disappointments behind, and you just take a lift off. We'll see how it goes here. It might be that you're on an actual journey, or you were on an actual journey here. It's the past, so it's January. It might be also the beginning of no, the last, like 2017 as well. And here we have fiery queen. So it might be an Aries, a Leo, Sagittarius. It might be you also, but it's not really the full energy here. I think the full energy is you, and it might be that you are reaching out, you're stepping towards something. Maybe you are very passionate about a certain person in your life, or you're very passionate about a certain project. The queens are connected to the Empress, the feminine, birthing forward new things. It might be that you are in love with a fire sign, and you want to reach out to that person and having an adventure or making something happen. Maybe you want to have fulfillment with this person in love, or in creativity, like work, different situations. Might also be a family member that you have opened up to and show vulnerability. So we'll see how it goes. And here you have the Ace of Pentacles. So it's a chance of a new beginning. It's a chance of something totally new, but it's just an embryo. It's something that it needs to be, action needs to be taken on this chance for something to happen. So it's like a doorway to an unknown part of your life, something that could be really wonderful if you invest in it, and if you open this door. It looks very positive. The Five of Cups might be what you are dreading, or it might be coming from the past, what you have been through, and now this time you want to maybe fix it. Five of Wands. I just felt from the beginning that it was going to end in misery, so I didn't want to be too positive, but the cards came out very positive, and I think it is very positive, or it was very positive. It's just that maybe you don't have the endurance to take you through, because you have this dream, and in the dream nothing bad happens. This straight line from A to to said. It's just this straight line. It's nothing, there's no pitfalls in your dream, but in reality it's always pitfalls, because you are lured into some situation because of the hope of a beautiful outcome. Why I'm saying lured is because the divine has this as a carrot before your face, so you will go through a lot of, jump through a lot of hoops and obstacles and be challenged because you have now this carrot dangling here. So you want to reach to the carrot, so that's making you being more resilient and having more stamina to go through challenges. And here the challenge comes because this person or this situation that you want to start anew with, or the person that wants to start anew with you, you're not compatible, or you're not getting along. Okay, so it's not this smooth sailing. The person said something wrong on your first date, or you did, or they didn't agree with you, or, well, it was something happening here that put a little bit of like shade in the glare of the sun. It seems to have been some kind of conflict. You didn't see eye to eye, and your dream was tainted in some way, and you got disappointed again. You wanted to fix this. You had a dream that it would never be like this again, and you were very enthusiastic, and then it was exactly the same again. So that it was the same again, it shows that you have something to learn from this situation. You need to make a deep diving into it and see what's the problem. Communication might be the key. Communicate your disappointed feelings. Call them and said, well, on our last date you were saying this, it made me really feel that maybe there's no future for us, but I still have a lot of hope. I want it to be a future for us, but there's something, I feel threatened in this situation. And the person can say, well, I think you needed to hear that, because from my point of view, this and this and that. So you can start, it won't be easy. It's not going to be like something that's an easy win. It's not worth having. So if it's just being a smooth sailing, it's going to be a smooth sailing in and a smooth sailing out. You need to put some work into the situation that you really want. If you don't have it, you haven't put enough work into it. That's the reason why you don't have what you want. You didn't work enough to get it. So what I'm sensing here is what I said. Someone wants the smooth sailing, and it weren't. So that might make you really discouraged, and maybe you don't want to continue on this road anymore, even though it shows so much promises. So here we had this Four of Cups, so you're meditating on this, trying to digest the situation, what this he, she said, did, or whatever. Here we have an Ace of Wands, so it seems like this is still on. You're still very passionate about this, what you want, so you haven't given up. It's just that it needs some maturity, from the Fool to the broom here. It's like maybe you need a broomstick. The Queen of Wands definitely is the person that comes on a broomstick. So it might be that this person is too aggressive to make you feel comfortable, or too self-assured, or too like might point out your flaws, or you know, rub you in the face with your shadow, or whatever is going on. With the wand here, I feel a little bit of witchy quality. Like you imagine this person maybe to be like a sweet princess or a beautiful prince, and they came out to be like the rugged. I'm thinking about these. Oh God, me and names when I'm doing the readings. I'm forgetting all the names. Okay, King Arthur. He had a witch with something with M. And I know her because she's kind of my favorite. I don't think she was that evil. I think she was great. But she comes out very evil in the fairy tales, because I think that was the breaching point when the feminine had reached some sort of thing that the masculine needed to save the world from. Okay, the feminine is like a little bit of witchy quality and have this connection with nature, and maybe there was too much spilling of dragon blood and virgin blood and blood overall that made the masculine take over from the feminine. Maybe too much blood rituals. Okay, but anyway, Morgana maybe. Fata Morgana, that's something else. Okay, don't mind me. You remember who this is? I don't. You can write it in the in the comment section later. Her name. I'm thinking about this other thing. Also, it's also on M. Oh God. Maleficent. I had it when I did the Capricorn reading, but because I said I should watch this movie to see what Capricorn was all about. And I think that this is what this feminine is all about, also this witchy, earthy quality. Like it could heal, but it could also destroy. So what you thought was very sweet here is something that has the ability to both heal and destroy. So you need to like man up or woman up to have this what you want. You need to become a little bit more strong. You can't be put off just because it's not your like fairy tale dream scenario. It has more dimension than that. It's going to teach you more than that. It's not going to just give you a spoonful of sugar. It's going to give you everything, like all the experience that you need on this road. So don't be put off by people not being perfect. They are not supposed to be perfect. They are supposed to be challenging. So you'll find yourself. Yes, and here we have a Two of Swords. So it's you saying, no, I don't want this. My date was terrible. I'm not going to go down this road. I'm never going to see them again. So Two of Swords is kind of silent treatment, but it might be that you're just digesting and trying to figure out what's the next, like, do I really want this? Okay, it wasn't my fairy tale beautiful dream. So am I really going to go down this road? So you're holding back a little bit and trying to figure out what's the best logical thing to do, because you start slowly to remember like the downfall of your dream, like the things that you have foreseen, that you have not wanted to look at because it didn't fit your dream. Reality rarely does fit the dream. So here you're starting to doubt this new beginning, and well, we'll see. Yes, Two of Wands. It seems like if you are with a person that's a little bit have this witchy quality, they doubt this too. And it's not that much doubt I'm feeling. They're just waiting. I think they are holding back deliberately. I don't feel that they are particularly angry or aggressive. They just if you want this situation, you need to go after it. It doesn't mean it doesn't matter if it's a lover, a work you want, or whatever. It's like you need to go and get it, because this person ain't going nowhere, and this person is figuring out if they are going to go somewhere. So they are more released than what this is. They are just waiting for maybe a phone call from you, or you reaching out with text message or email. So they are not going to chase you down the aisle here. It was your job from the beginning. It might be like the other way around as well. Sometimes the energies is all different. It depends which part of the whole you are. So it might be the other way around. Someone has come and courted you, but then when they got you, they've seen that you weren't tainted, you weren't perfect like you were in their dreams. So see, here we have a Six of Pentacles. So it seems like this can evolve into a friendship situation instead of the former glow and passion that were. Maybe you're letting your logic side take overhand, and you don't want to step into the big swamp of possibility to heal the past and the past wounds. So you're keeping yourself on the dry land and deciding maybe they are better off being friends. So okay. And here we have the Empress as well. So the Empress and Queen of Wands, very, very fertile energy. It's usually when the Empress comes, it's like the one. With the Emperor as well, it's the one. So depends on what gender you're into. So with the Empress here underneath the Five of Wands, this is not the sweet little. Either you as a feminine are not the little sweet person that they first imagine, or this girl is not the sweet person that you first imagine. It doesn't matter. It's they come with a twist. Okay, the one comes with a twist. Either they're male or female, they come with a twist. They come with growth, they come with teachings, they come with you evolving into something that you were not before. So it's not going to be a smooth sailing, just them accepting you as you are and you accepting them as they are, and then you live happily ever after. It's going to be hard work. Either you're in or you're out. And this is what you need to ponder on. Should you be in or should you be out? It seems like whatever situation you're in, it's very significant. It's very fertile. It can bring you everything you want, but there can't be any half investments here. Either you're all in and you're working this to the bone, or you say no and you become friends and you walk away from each other. So it needs to be equality here. Maybe you just went into this relationship or this situation and wanted acceptance. You wanted acceptance for exactly who you are, and you didn't want to, you know, start to work immediately and start to mirror yourself in this part of your life or this person. You wanted a smooth sailing, and it's not. So if you want to get something from a situation, you need to also give in this situation. So you need to invest. Like, as I said, it's just a embryo. It can come to full fruition. The Six of Pentacles is connected to the Lover's card, but it's like when you decide to be friends, or maybe a person just wants to be friends with benefits. That can be the case as well. They just wants to use your femininity or your body, even your male or female. They just wants to use you as this like hug and cushion, or like someone to keep you warm at night, but they don't want anything more than that. And the person that doesn't want that is going to feel with their intuition and hold back. So that's another part of this story, that if one person comes and is all enthusiastic, but they haven't really looked upon their what they want from the situation, they might fool both themselves and the one that they are with. Like, well, I want to commit a love relationship, but really they don't. So they haven't looked upon this. You need to look more deeper. You can't just live in a dream. So if you have been courted recently by someone, and you feel that there's something that's a little bit off, stay with that feeling. You don't have to break off the relationship. Just keep yourself awake, and don't fall into the same pitfall that you might have done before. So try to be more like aware of both the fairy tale that you want and the reality that you're in, and then you have something to really work with. Okay, it's not about giving up and just seeing, oh, they're flawed, bye-bye. It's more that, okay, they are flawed, I see where the work is going to be. And you might feel like the urge, the stomach is making itself into a knot, and you have the urge to run, because you know there's going to be trouble. So many of you will choose that, but I think there's a promise in this situation, a very fertile promise of something, the thing that you really want, but you are going to have to work for it. It's this carrot dangling here. It won't just fall in your mouth. Okay, so the Fool here that was so enthusiastic has now decided to feel left out in the cold instead, because maybe this person, as I said, didn't accept you like through and through. Maybe they had maybe they come with some critique, or they ventilate their fears, or something else that made you feel useless and worthless, or you made someone else feel like this. So it's the Fool, the Ace of Wands, and then suddenly feeling left out in the cold. So you had this dream, and reality wasn't living up to it. So you're waking up in a rather harsh reality where you don't feel like the hero of the story that's coming in and swooping in this person that you want, or the situation that you want. You want them to agree with you and to be on your side, but maybe you don't see yourself, maybe you don't see that maybe you don't agree with them either. So you need to be awake, and if they're pointing out your shadow, it's good. It's really good. It's better than good. It's the only way to see it, through someone else's eyes. So don't be too hasty with hating the criticism, the critic in your life. They might really tell the truth, and you might feel attacked, but it's not actually an attack. It's a doorway. What we saw there, doorway. And it's a doorway to this 10 of Cups. So there's still this possibility that there could be a fulfilled love relationship. And the dream that you have, it could really come true. But you need to go through all the moon phases. You can't go through it and just feeling like rainbow happy. New moon, black moon, and it's the lunar eclipse there. And then we have full moon. And I've forgotten also what the last part of the moon is. In English, in Swedish I know, but it doesn't help you. So the different moon phases, the different phases of your feelings. You're going to feel like repulsion, love, enthusiasm, disappointment. This is what's happening when you're cooking up with other people. When you're alone, there's a flat line, zoom, like this, 2 of Swords, zoom. But as soon as you are with other people, there's some pulse. And you don't like the pulse. So you had a lot of hope and you jump on the roller coaster and you immediately got seasick or motion sick and you wanted to go off. You want to jump off. You want to jump ship immediately because this was not what you bargained for. So next card, it's the 3 of Wands. So the 3 of Wands here, it comes underneath the Queen of Wands and 2 of Wands. So it seems like either you are the Queen of Wands, you're open for business, but then it needs to be like a situation that where you can really voice your different concerns and still be accepted. I think the Queen of Wands here, in that if you are the Queen of Wands, you want something that's more deep, that's more it needs to be like a teamwork situation. Sorry. It was my dog. He wanted to be let in and then out, and yeah, so now we have done that. So we see here also the Fool, 2 of Swords, 3 of Wands. There is an opening here in this situation, either for friendship or for something more passionate and, you know, real love, or a very fulfilled situation. But it's you need to get past this situation where you are like so polite towards one another. You need to be able to talk about difficult things. You need to be able to process through also difficult things. So if you are open for doing that work, this can lead to some flirtation. We can see this 1, 2, 3. Well, it's just there's a little bit blockage here with the 2 of Swords. Someone that doesn't want to make this more intimate conversations happening, just wants to skip directly to the fulfilled love relationship without any of the deep soul searching or deep water diving. So just skipping to the happy part, like from A and being to Z immediately without all the things that needs to come in between. Okay, so here we have a 4 of Swords, so 2 of Swords, 4 of Swords. It's not promising very well for this situation. It's saying that it's being on hold. It's not happening. It's not moving forward. So it's a lot of pondering. You have 4 of Cups here, 4 of Swords, and then the 2 of Swords. So it's a lot of decision making, pondering, digesting. So it's a big hesitation to throw yourself into this situation and take it forward. And I still think that the Queen of Wands on this situation is not going to move this forward, but being open for business here. Okay, and Justice. So we have both from the Queen of Wands. There comes both 6 of Pentacles and Justice. So it needs to be this deep, penetrating discussions, equalness. If one is allowed to speak, the other one needs to be allowed to speak. If one is allowed to give criticism, the other one needs to be allowed to give criticism. If one is allowed to have an open heart, the other one needs to be allowed to have an open heart. So you need to be fair to one another. You need to make this into a just situation and not just wanting one to shut up and be like a beautiful decoration to your life. We're real people here. You both need to be very natural in the situation, and you need to be able to voice your concerns. So it's anyway going to be a fair outcome to the situation. Either this is a situation or not. Both those cards is also Libra, so some of you might be, this is also Libra, so it might be that some of you are involved with a Libra, someone else with a fire sign. We see also Earth here, and Cancer. So you need to be more tolerant if you are to be in a love relationship. You can't skip straight to the fairy tale living happily forever after. You need to put in the work. Also, when it comes to attraction, maybe you're not immediately attracted by the person, but you need to see above that sometimes we are not attracted by what's good for us, but what's really bad for us. So also that might be something that's growing forward. It's like this, I feel like some impatience that you just want the cake right away without baking it. So it's this fast food restaurant business here, and it's not going to work. There needs to be true work being put into the situation, and fairness and balance and consideration for each other, and seeing each other not as like my means to become happy. The other person is my means to become happy, but they are an actual person with all own wants and needs. So to invest with another person, you need to want to invest also in their happiness, and they need to want to invest in your happiness. It needs to be on equal terms. Okay, so what more can we say about this situation? It has something to do with one of the person's self-esteem. One has a very good self-esteem and will not take any crap, and will only let justice prevail. The other person seems to want to skip a step. They don't want to talk about anything that's dark or shadowy within them, because it makes them feel useless. They don't want to hear that they are useless. They can maybe self-voice that, oh, I feel useless, but if someone else says that maybe you need to look at this, it's instantly cutting into their wounds. So and then they don't want to work on this situation. So it's very hard when someone is very touchy-feely like that. Might want to dig deeply into some other person's problems and situation, but as soon as we come close to their problems and situations, there's immediately a block. So I see that this can be going on in your relationship. Either it's you, Pisces, or it's the person that you're dealing with, being very like protective of themselves. They don't want to hear a bad word about themselves, and if they hear this, they are shutting off and getting disappointed with all the fives, 5 of Pentacles, 5 of Cups, 5 of Wands. As soon as there's trouble in paradise, this person is closing off. They want a fairy tale situation, and it's not going to come any fairy tale situation. It's going to come a lot of work, and then because of the work, you will be happy together. Because of the trust you have built, you will be happy together. Because of the love you have built, the tolerance you have built, you will be happy together. Not by another person coming and being perfect to match you and never point to your wounds. Okay, so I'm going to take a card from the wisdom of the Oracle divination. It poised. It was the one that was in the bottom of the deck when I started to shuffle. So I felt it immediately, but I didn't take it then. So 48. It's in the end here. There it was. I will read this card for you. We will see. Being ready, bring something to light, being at your best, confidence. You can be assured that you are ready for anything right now. It's the Queen of Wands energy here. You know what you need to, okay, you know what you need to, your skills are sharp, you come to this place armed with wisdom and knowledge. It's exactly the Queen of Wands. You sense a new phase of your life about to begin. People respond to your confidence and trust you. This is an auspicious time to begin new things and in relationship. When you're confident and happy in your own skin, you are ready for deeper, more intimate relationships. You have nothing to prove right now. You are completely yourself and can handle anything. Love, friendship, and harmonious new connection are all present now or are coming in. You're ready to give and receive from the heart. This is a beautiful place to be. So it shows this part of the reading that many of your Pisces will be very self-assured, like you know what it is that you want and you can see it and you're ready to do the investment with the work. But it's just that this other person might see you as this fairy tale person. So as soon as you open your mouth and wants to dig deep into some work, they will be repelled by you. So that might be, it's not something you need to take in consideration. It's up to them. It's their problem. It's not personal. It's nothing about you. It's nothing you need to do anything about. If they are this touchy, they are probably not ready to be in a relationship. What you need to do is to stay like in justice and balance. You just see what they are doing. You see that maybe they are allowed to talk about themselves, you are not. Maybe they are allowed to give you criticism and you are not, and so on, what I told you before. And you need to stay firm with this. You know what you want. You know if it resembles this. But it seems like you will have a lot of patience. You will have a lot of patience with a person that's doing trials and error, and you are just being rather calm with it. And you don't chase them, but when they come, it's like you welcome them, and you don't force them to do the work, but if they are willing to, you are open for business. So it's a very good reading, but it's almost too grown up. So I'm having a hard time seeing that it could be like a spark here, because of this, that one person is so ready and so mature and the other one is not ready to see themselves. They just want the fairy tale, and as soon as it's not the fairy tale, they will feel like everything were to waste. Okay, so Wild Kuan Yin Oracle card for my dear Pisces. One card, please. Thank you. Hold on to me. Okay. So you see this. If you see it, I will. The bird and the girl, same position. Hold on to me. It's 13. There. And this is number 3. So in your prayers, I have heard your heart asking, can this journey move a little quicker? Like from A to Z. Are there things that could be happening now instead of later? So I respond to you, and your pace is about to quicken. You'll be on the same path, moving towards the same destination, but with my help, your process will be accelerated. It may get a little bumpy with this increase in speed, so put your energy and focus into our connection as I help carry you forward. For now, that will be all that is needed for circumstances in your life to get moving at an adventurous pace. Yes, with some new fresh start, but with a lot of obstacles. Divine Genius has the pace of our path perfectly timed so that all the necessary ingredients for success synchronize perfectly. People, situations, and circumstances are ready for when we arrive and when we are ready for them. We have free will, of course, which means we can take our time in working through our challenges and making our choices. Sometimes we feel pushed by life, and at other times we will feel that we want to give our life a push to move a bit faster through some issue or other. The Divine Mother has heard such a prayer in your heart, and rather than urging you to have more patience, she has agreed to your request. Yes, you can be fast-tracked through this particular pace of your journey. Rather than walking the path using your own legs and feet, you are going to hitch a lift with the Divine Mother. Her ways are ingenious and not always obvious. They are certainly fast and effective. If your life has been sedate, lacking in excitement, or has been seen boring at times, prepare for a change. Your life is about to become a lot more interesting. It seems like everything is set for this new beginning, except that this deepening, either you have resistance to deepening your relationship, or the person that you're with has a resistance to deepening it. So it's going to be challenging. It's better if you can, you know, stay open and discuss things like with an open mind, and not immediately thinking that the other person is thinking badly of you and that everything is wrong and it's time to cut your losses. Be more tolerant, and like instead of making the other person that says the thing into an enemy, try to see them as your mirror. And I hope it's very difficult if you have another person that acting like this and doesn't want to take this to a deeper level and to really talk about things. The only thing you can do is hold the Queen of Wands energy here. Be ready when they are ready. Don't chase them, but also don't hold on. If they come, they come. If they don't, they don't. So keep yourself centered and aligned and in self-respect and self-love, because you don't want to be in it needs to be a fair situation. So you are not supposed to do more of the work to kind of make for the distance between you. Like if one person is less evolved and not ready to take the full leap into intimacy, you are not supposed to patch it up for them. Okay, so this is what I'm feeling. Okay, my dear Pisces, I hope this helped. I'm so grateful for you watching this far, and also I want to wish you, but I want to ask you to come back to my mid-February reading that I will perform in the beginning of February. So welcome back then. Okay, bye-bye.